Well, it's been said you can hear music everywhere you look. You only have to listen.
And in this morning's Offbeat, you don't have to look very far to hear something you may have never heard before.
You might say Carol K. Moore has an affinity for musical instruments. All kinds of musical instruments. Even if they're not that musical.
That's a yucky one.
Carol K. makes them so. Among these harmonic oddballs, Carol K. has a favorite.
Spoons would be my favorite unusual instrument. I love spoons.
And wearing her signature Bama chicken feed sack shirt, Carol K. can clickety-clack cutlery with the best of them.
A lot of people will say, "Oh, you're the spoon lady." You know, when they'll say, "I've seen you somewhere before." "Oh, you're the spoon lady."
A title she's earned after more than 30 years of practice and performance.
About 30 years ago, they had a group from Mountain View that came to First Christian Church here on Main Street. I just fell in love with the music immediately, but the spoons just intrigued me totally. And I thought, I bet if you tried, you could bounce those spoons just about all over your body. And so on Sunday afternoons, I would go home, and that's what I would do. I'd go home and see where you could bounce spoons off of, and I found where you could bounce them, and I play them now.
And this retired school teacher does it well, showing off her folk orchestral oddities and rhythmic spoon spectacle everywhere she can.
With these instruments, if I don't show these instruments to people, a lot of times they're not going to see them because nobody else is going around playing them. So I still kind of think I'm in education. That I use the same ones I started with, and I just went home and got soup spoons out of the drawer and wrapped some adhesive around the handle so I wouldn't slip so much. When I first started trying, either they would fly out of my hands because they were too loose, or if I held them too tight, they wouldn't click. They're always in tune, you know, and they're very portable. Always fun.
And always viewed with scoops of admiration. Truly spoon-tacular. Bob Snell.
No, it's more about my own enjoyment, to tell you the truth.
Region 8 News.
But it's a lot of fun to get to share my enjoyment with other people. Yeehaw. Makes you want to jig. Just that much fun.
And in case you didn't recognize some of those other odd instruments you saw in the video there, you saw the thumb drum, the mouth bow, the nose flute, the bowed psaltery, and the banjomer, also known as the dulcimer. That's just one that's kind of a cross between a banjo and a dulcimer. That was the very first one that I saw there.
I thought I recognized it. I said, hey, that's a dulcimer, and you said, no, it's not.
A lot of folks might recognize her. 21 years as a teacher at Valley View High School teacher out there, and retired back in the mid-90s. Said she's been extremely busy since, though, playing her instruments for everybody.
Hey, I tell you, playing spoons is not as easy as
it
looks.
It really is
not
as easy, yeah.
I'm not very good.
She's good at it.
Well, more news still to come after the break.
First, let's take a look at your birthdays.